So we're up at Andy and Katie's, which is
Mountain View Farm.
Mountain View Farm, and we've just had a barbecue and a beer. What are you still laughing at?
I was just, when you said where is, I was like, la campanata.
Well, you're not coming on camera for this video anyway.
We weren't invited. Rude.
So, being self-employed in Spain, you have been self-employed for a few years here.
Well, we've been self-employed more or less since we've been here.
Yeah.
Obviously we had the painting business and now we've got the farm. So yeah, we've been self-employed on both.
You got a lot of people saying it's more expensive here to be self-employed, and it's a lot of people obviously over the years have flown under the radar.
Yeah, yeah.
And a lot of people are in bad positions now where they've had to obviously go home because they've no help from the state and no money. They can't get jobs now because they flew under the radar.
Yeah.
What is your experience of being self-employed?
Expensive. Yeah. No, it is, but it's worth it if you think about it. Over here you have to be self-employed for 15 years.
Yes.
And then you get a really good pension over it.
Yeah.
So it's definitely worth doing it. I actually found out the other day, which I've got to go and look into, but I was speaking to a farmer over here and she was telling me, I actually need to go speak to my accountant about this.
Yeah.
If you register as agricultural, you don't actually pay the full amount.
Don't pay the full amount of
the autumnal.
Ah.
But I didn't know this.
Yeah.
I literally only found this out yesterday.
That's interesting.
But you don't get a biggest pension.
Ah, right.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
like your pension's not as big, but you don't. The autumnal's about half.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you register as agricultural, but we're registered as agricultural, so it should.
Yeah.
But I need to go speak to my accountant about that and see.
You have to think about it long term as well, and I think that's
Yeah.
what a lot of people don't do when they're in Spain working. They don't think about that
You're
long.
living in the moment too
Yeah,
much when
yeah.
you're up quite often.
Holiday
Yeah.
mode.
Holiday mode, yeah. Yeah, and that's you spend the first year and a bit, 2 years in holiday mode.
I'm
You
in
can
retirement
survive.
mode,
Yeah.
mate.
What?
I'm in retirement
I'm in
mode.
retirement mode, yeah.
They always say though, like even when we moved here, people told us if you can go past that 2-year mark
Yeah,
and you get yourself out of that holiday mode and you
Yes.
work and you make a life for you in Spain,
yeah,
then you can make it.
Yeah.
If you don't get out of that holiday mode and you're always constantly the nightlife and
Yes, yeah.
the easy access of, you know, a pint of beer being cheaper than a can of Coke,
yeah,
then you end up just getting on a plane and going back because you just can't, you can't
yeah.
do it.
We were always told 2 years, 5 years, 10 years.
Yeah,
We was always told that, and it's not a lie. 2 years, I wanted to go home.
yeah, yeah. Well,
5 years,
I said no.
5 years, I wanted to go home. I'd had enough. I wanted to go home.
Yeah.
I said no.
Well, we've been here 7 years, so I've got another 3 years till the 10 years, and I don't think I'll go home then.
No.
I think that's it then.
I think what people, I mean, they do have such a good pension here,
Yeah.
and it's people
It's the
don't
quality
really.
of life and the cost of living
Yeah.
and the outdoor lifestyle. You don't get that in the UK.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You just don't.
Well, we're outside. We probably spend 2 months a year
And I think
where we're inside
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
and that's normally
Yeah.
January, February,
Yeah.
because December's still really warm here.
No.
January, February are normally, and this year the summer's just hit
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
earlier.
even
I
now.
know.
I think my point of view from being self-employed here in Spain, I don't think it's as, I think there is obviously a certain amount of paperwork, but if you're I was used to doing VAT returns every 3 months back home.
Yeah.
So, by doing your VAT return every 3 months, doing your tax every 3 months, it's just the exact same.
Yeah.
You know, but as long as I've got a good accountant. If I don't have all my paperwork into him for a certain time of the month, he drops me an email and says, "Have you sent me your paperwork?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean, so as long as
Well, I deliver to my accountant, so he pesters me every
Yeah.
week.
not even that, but you need to think in your head, right? So, say you charge, I don't know, 18 euros for a veg box.
Yeah.
You've got to think 23% of that is not yours.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
So you take that 23%
Yeah.
of that 18
yeah,
euros
right, yeah,
and put it away.
yeah. That's what we do.
Because that is
Yeah,
not
yeah.
yours.
We do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
You
what
know
we do.
what I mean?
That's,
We do the same thing. Like,
Yeah.
like money comes in, it's like X amount. You've got the IVA, you've got that
Yeah.
other thing, with, you know, whatever. It
Yeah.
gets put away and split up, and that's
Yeah.
it.
and then that way, when you've got your tax bill at the end of the month,
You're like,
There's money
Yeah.
there you
sitting
go.
there, it's
Yeah.
like, there you go, that's it, paid.
Yeah.
Sorted.
Instead of not doing that and then
Yeah.
it coming to pay
and then
a
yeah.
big tax
I think that's where
bill.
a lot of people go wrong. It's just
They
Yeah.
get hit
Money
with
management.
quarterly tax bill and go, oh,
yeah,
Mm.
that's, well, you're meant to keep money back for that.
Yeah.
people just go, oh, well, I've made this much this month, I'm going to spend it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's,
I need a new tractor.
yeah.
Worry about that
We're going to
later.
start Andy up and go to Buzzard
But
page.
you're employed, so how does that? Obviously, you speak Spanish,
You're employed.
Katie.
Yeah.
So
Spanish.
how's it been working with a Spanish contract and a Spanish employer
In comparison
to being self-employed?
Because obviously we have both.
And the,
It's a lot easier for me.
Yeah.
Because I just need to do it once a year.
yeah,
That you have to earn over a certain amount, which I'm not
Yeah.
going to say.
yeah, obviously.
But I think they've dropped it actually. I think it used to be something like 20,000 and now it's like 17,000.
Yeah.
I don't know the specific. But you have to earn over a certain amount every year. Then you have to do a tax
Then you
return.
have to
So
do
if
a
you
tax
earn 10 grand a year, you don't have to do one.
Yeah,
But when
that's,
you
that's if you're under contract.
under a contract.
Under a
But if you
contract,
do
yeah.
do one, so for example, if I'm on 20 grand a year
Yeah,
and I do my tax return, but then I go to another job and I'm on 10 grand a year, I still have to carry on with my tax return because I've already started that
Yeah,
process.
that's it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But it's so easy to do yourself.
I think one of the things that I've noticed is, I mean, getting away from the whole self-employed thing, is the likes of Benidorm and there's lots of areas up and down the coast are really struggling for staff just now.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you go into the job sites in Benidorm, if you put up that
You've got bar
All your
experience
paperwork.
and
Yeah.
Right, you're legal
You get
But
to
that's
work.
it now. In every job advert that you
Yes.
see now, they say you legally have to
You
be
have to.
a legal resident
Yeah.
here. Because beforehand it was all
Yeah, you could get a
cash
summer
under the
job.
table.
Yeah, you could get a summer job.
They never bother.
Exactly. Whereas
Thing is,
for
there's a lot.
like Danny, for example,
Yeah.
he's a resident,
Yeah,
but he'd lost his paperwork,
So you can get a
so
job.
he couldn't
Couldn't
get
get
a
his
job.
job.
But now he's got his TIE again.
yeah,
It's all hunky dory. But because he, even though he was on the system as a resident, because he didn't have that bit of paper to show his employer,
Yeah.
and it's crazy.
just shows
There's
you.
so many more jobs now, which
Yeah,
shows
there's
how many
loads of jobs.
people were
I mean,
here illegally.
Yeah, I know.
I had one the other week, for instance, in Redovan, right? And I went into Redovan, and this guy was stood outside the shop, young lad, right? And he turned around and he was like, "I need some money from the kids," right? So I turned around to him and I said, "Listen, I'll give you a job."
Yeah,
No, come and work on the farm, I'll give you a job. No,
I don't want a job.
don't want a job.
don't want a job, just want to beg for money.
Yeah, I'm sat there. I'll give you a job. No, you can come and work for me. I'll give you 3 or 4 days a week, quite happily.
Yeah,
Don't want a job. Right, and that was probably the same thing.
Yeah.
I had no paperwork, nothing. Works under the radar. I don't know me from Adam and gone, no, I'm not getting involved with that, probably. Or just generally didn't want to work. One or two.
yeah.
No,
I
it's-
think as well over here, like if you don't know the lingo and you don't have a good accountant, then you
We
know,
made
the paperwork's quite worrying because there
Yeah.
is, you know, when you first start out here, whether you're employed, self-employed, if you're employed by someone, yeah, they do it
They
for
do it
you,
for
but
you.
you still have the worry of have they actually done it?
Yeah.
Am I paying my ticket every month?
Mm.
Because there are people that say you're on a contract
Yeah.
that they don't actually pay your ticket.
Yeah,
So then when
Yeah.
you do come to retire, there's nothing there because you
Yeah.
actually haven't paid anything in.
Yeah.
They've just kept that money back for themselves. So it's just about having a bit of smarts about you really
Well, it
and
was-
asking for that.
It was
proof
like with us when
of a
we both first
payroll.
moved
Yeah.
out here. We had an accountant, right, that was absolutely shocking, and that's when we went to the new one,
yeah,
right. And when we went to the new one, he rang her up, didn't he?
Yeah.
He actually rang her up in front of us, right, and went, "Why has nothing been paid?" And she was like, "It has." He's like, "I'm sat here, it's on the computer."
Yeah.
I had to go into LG to get a code for him to look at all my
Yeah.
like tax stuff and
Yeah.
everything.
And then we showed the bank statements that we'd actually
They'd
paid
paid.
her to do the job,
yeah.
Yeah.
and nothing had been
And
done.
nothing's
So of
been done.
course, but the government see it as our fault.
Yes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
not the fault of the accountant, it's our fault. Even though, you know, we could go to court, we could do this, but then it's not worth it at the
Yeah.
end of the day because then you're just it's
It was
more
easier just
expensive.
to pay the fine.
Yeah.
Just pay the fine, pay what we need to pay, and that was
Yeah.
it.
A lot of people say that there's a lot of unemployment in Spain, and it's a higher, it's higher than a lot of other European countries.
But the employment system here in Spain is a lot better than most countries. Like you could go to the UK,
Yeah.
not be a UK citizen, and claim off the government just like that. Whereas
Yeah.
here in Spain, you have to have at
work.
least worked for 2 years.
2 years before you can get
before
anything.
you can claim anything, and then you can only claim it for so many months,
Yeah.
and it's 80%. So say you earn £1,000 a month.
Yeah.
They look at that grand and go, right, so we give you 80% for 6 months. That's only if you've not been fired and you were dismissed or your contract has ended and they decided not to renew it.
Yeah.
If you were fired, they don't
You
want to
don't-
I don't
know.
want to know.
Yeah.
But if your contract wasn't renewed or they let you go because, I don't know, the company went to administration or something,
Yeah.
they will give you papers to go to SEPA to claim that, what they call paro, which
Yeah.
is the dole basically.
Yeah.
But they give you 80% of your wages of what you earn. So that helps
Yeah.
you in a way of, you know, you've come accustomed to whatever lifestyle and you can still afford to live how you're living within a certain way. But after 6 months, that drops down to 60%, which then gives you that motivation to actually go out
Yeah.
Yeah.
and get a job,
Get another
which
job.
is why it works
Well, I'm
so
noticing
much
there's
better out here.
a lot. I mean, I'm on quite a few job sites on even for the likes of Glassdoor.com, even through Facebook. Just seen a lot of people advertising, and now they're wanting you to be able to speak Spanish and English.
Yeah.
And this is even in the British bars.
Yeah.
You know, is it a case that the tourism sector, especially, has realised that, you know, the Brits are still coming out. They're still coming out, but the Spanish are actually
Spending more.
spending
Yeah.
more. You know, the Spanish are actually coming down. People coming down from Madrid, especially to this area. I mean, up down this coast, it's even up to Alicante,
Yeah.
El Campanile. They get.
To be
absolutely
honest,
mobbed.
when we went into Alicante a few weeks back, right, we walked down the main strip, right, and it was all Spanish. No, they weren't, like when we very first moved here, it was English.
Yeah.
No, you'd walk down there, no, everyone you heard talk was English. This time it was all Spanish. So it just shows how much it has
How much it's
changed.
changed over the years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, would you change being self-employed in Spain?
No. No, I've been self-employed for too long. I was self-employed in UK.
Yeah. Yeah, that's.
I don't think I could handle working for being told what to do.
Yeah.
No, like now, obviously, I get up when I want.
5 in the morning.
Yeah, yeah. Well, if I want to get up at 5:05, I can.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No, it's one of those. Like I know that if I've got to be up, I've got to be up.
Yeah.
But then other days I know that I can stay in bed till 6, 7 o'clock because I don't need to actually get up and do anything
Yeah.
today. You know. So,
That is 6 7 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You're talking about.
Yeah. I only have to stay in bed till 6, 7 o'clock when I come to yours at night.
Hey, our lie-in to us on a Saturday
Is 8 o'clock?
8:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
That to us is the lie-in. Because even though obviously when I go to work for my actual job, I'm still up at 6 o'clock in the morning. Because everyone's awake.
Yeah.
And that's when our day starts.
That's when it starts. Right. This video's went on 17 minutes of talking about being self-employed in Spain and the economy. If that hasn't bored you to death, nothing ever will. Hasta luego.
If it has bored you, go to the next video. It's a porno.
Yeah, you get it on Spanish Homestead. It's actually called Homeview Farm.
Mountain.
Mountain View.